Yo, 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 what is going on, IK Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today we are back again giving you guys some more high quality IK goodness. Today, I wanted to talk about a few things that I've at least noticed and have kind of come up from the recent 2.1 update. And just wanted to talk about a few things that I'm seeing now touched on a little bit more, along with what I've noticed just from coming on and viewing the game shortly after. Before we get started, as always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you sub, like, ring the notification bell, and if you want to join and be a part of our conversation, hit up the Discord. You can find a link to that in the description, pinned comment below. Okay, so first thing is that there's a couple new things here you're probably going to notice from the update. A nice little small thing I'm going to give you, which is a cool little tip here, is that if you want to get 100 free gems, for some of those of you who may not know, go to Daily Talks, and then you can go right here to update coming soon, which someone told me about. I can't remember if it was Rizzo or someone else mentioned it to me, but shout out, I think it was her, shout out to you. So you go here and you'll scroll down, you'll see here, right? You can just click this and you'll actually get it for a nice 100 free green gems. So this is something cool that someone had shared with me as well. Then let's talk briefly about the updates. There's a few new things here, right? You can see this, which is the update screen, and will take you pretty much directly to the patch notes, which is, I guess, kind of cool as far as it's showing us that. And then you also have this new screen here, which, at least, it's new to me, probably because I haven't actually taken a look. But if it just really populates us to GTRK, then maybe it's not that new. Well, okay, maybe it's busted. Let's exit out of that. All right, then the last thing here before we get to the next one is going to be where you can now kind of get some update information. So you'll see there's a box here in the top right-hand corner. If you click that, you'll see patch 2.1 notes, limited time update rewards. There's actually two sets of rewards here that you can get. You can go and get those daily talk rewards, and you can get these free rewards here just from opening up the 2.1 patch notes icon, and it's right there for you to grab. Congratulations. So it says, as the pre-league of the Prime League is ongoing, new changes, right? And this kind of gives you a little summary. New features, right? Which is training camp. They talk about optimal updates, patch notes window, new optimizations, right? Then we have, right, Legion of Frostborn, they mentioned, season preview, alliance calendar, push notifications, Sort of Supreme Barracks, first recharge, balance adjustments, which is to Ragnar skill, and then alliance tactics, and then you have conclusion. So I will say this, right? When it comes to how they're formatting it, I actually kind of like the way they're doing it this way, right? Where they're kind of giving you an easier way to view the information, and they're also giving you the lengthy post, right? Which I actually like it both ways. So I'm a fan of this, and I think this is actually a cool creative idea. I actually think that it'd be nice if they were able to put some icons in here that would take you directly to the Discord. So something that I've always been a fan of is if right when you log in, even if it's just for the first 60 seconds, right, you have something up here that just anytime you log in, right, you got this up here for, let's just say, 60 seconds, and it can even be here along the right bar, and it'll just be the Discord link, the Facebook or something like that, and, maybe the GTRK or wherever else they want. But just having an icon, if it's like a temporary thing, would be really dope. And then also having, because I believe they have this if you go to settings, and if you go to, oh God, I can't even remember where I even go now. I don't think it's general. I don't think it's notice, languages, character. I don't think it's that. Yeah, I don't even think it's account. It's not redeem. I'm not sure. I'm drawing a blank now. Maybe it's assistance, customer service. Nope, I just saved it somewhere else. Anyways, I swore I thought I saw it here somewhere, and maybe I'm just probably blanking hard. But the point is I think it would be really good for them to have a place on the screen that shows this information to try and get better transitions, right, conversions from players in-game onto the Discord. Okay, then we get to the second big kahoozy here, which is after talking about some of the updates, let's talk about the training ground, the training camp, I should say. And this, to me, I'm going to be honest, I am extremely let down by the training camp, because I was hoping the training camp was not going to be this. I was hoping it was going to be something more. Now, again, maybe they upgrade it, maybe they do something more with it, but this is essentially what you have. You have your teams, which is your 4 teams, and then it starts with wind, it goes lightning, it goes earth, water, and fire, right? So you have the 5 main. You have a novice, right? Just to break this down, you have a novice entry level, you have an intermediate march, then you have an ultimate march. Same thing, novice, intermediate, ultimate. It just rotates. So what you can do now is you can go in here and you can click level 10, level 20, level 30, right? And you'll notice that, watch, so it's at 21.4. If I go here and I do 30 and I click back, confirm, now it's at 56, right? So it hasn't really changed that much. What this means is that, yeah, okay, maybe this will help you out up until you're around 74, 75, maybe 80,000 power. But once you get beyond that, you can't do anything because you can't go any higher. So again, I'm not sure if maybe as I beat this, let's just do a test here, right? Let's see if I beat this and I clear it, will it let me do something higher? Because as it stands right now, it is a little bit lackluster, right? So let's see what it'll do for me if I beat this. Will it go up? Because we were about 74,000, I think, on this. Yeah. So nothing happened. No new notifications. What I will say is, if it stays like this, as far as how it is now, like there's no way to attack anything or do any testing above level 30, there's not a lot of things you can do here, right? You can't do anything, right? If I do 20, it does it for the same thing. So I have 3 options on customization, which is level 10, 20, and 30. That to me is lackluster. And it doesn't really, I think, do it justice for what we would have liked to see. Because again, this is really, for the most part, only going to help out, some of the lower powered players when you're really just starting off and maybe getting to the middle of the mid game. But beyond that, right, what we really wanted for this to be is, let us choose any immortal we want, choose any dragon, choose the talk skills, right, and then be able to have a situation where you can just have max stats, right? Now, you can do max stats if it's at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That could be okay, right? Where you basically just set them up where they're level 10, but they have maxed, whatever it is, like however much you can max level 10 out, that would be ideal. And then you have 30, right? And then you could do 40, 50, right? Where then you get max equipment, max skills, max star grade, max class, right? Those types of things. That would be great, right? Have best in-slot artifacts, max artifact grade, max artifact empowerment, right? Whatever the best in slot is, do that and have that be a level 50. Right? And then have that be level 10, 20, 30, 40. Like whatever you could do at that appropriate level, have best in slot or max stats, right, that are based on that level. I think that would be a good way to start off, because then you at least allow for players to get something kind of like an early and then whatever a late meta game would be. However, allowing for full customization of this would be more ideal. And I mean full customization. You set whatever you want. You could set them at any level you want. That, to me, would be a lot better. That's why the training camp for me is a little lackluster. It doesn't really move the needle, I think, and kind of almost comes off as, kind of like a poor man's effort, right, so to speak. And then the last thing we'll touch on is with the update. I know I briefly mentioned this. So after hearing from a few more people on this, if we take a look at the update, which now it actually disappeared from me, but briefly talking about the changes coming to the alliance tactics for the skill that can be used to raise, where now it's going from you can only generate these by having cities where you generate the skill points. Now they're just kind of going to give you baseline ones across the board from completing Chronicles. Someone brought up a good point, I think a few people did actually, where they mentioned that now this could be something where you have multiple alliances or just farm shells that are being made from a kingdom, just so they can utilize these extra thermal tower points or these thermal tower skills to then use in-game in KVK. And I thought it was a really good point that was brought up based on the change being made. I actually liked, and I pointed this out as well in our patch notes review video, where I didn't really think they needed to make the change. I think what they just needed to do was just to change either a way on how it worked, or better yet, no, I'm sorry, I think I specifically mentioned changing and waiting for the matchups to be more consistent, right? Where you don't have 2 or 3 kingdoms that are just well and above stronger than the bottom 4, bottom 5, bottom 6, right? Match it up where you're basing it off MMR, and then when you're doing it like that, you won't really have kingdoms that are so much stronger, so much weaker than another, right? You'll try and balance it out in each grouping as much as you can. That would be, in my opinion, a better solution than changing, or at least a better solution to try first than changing it this way, where now you're kind of opening Pandora's box just a little bit more, if not actually because of the change. So that's how I feel on that. Again, we'll have to see how that plays out next KVK. I know some people mentioned that they ended up changing or implementing some of the features mid-KVK instead of waiting to implement them after some of the current KVKs have been going on. That's something that I have noticed in other Kingdom Builders is pretty consistent, where they'll wait to make real-time changes until the next KVK starts, so it won't affect a current KVK that you're in. If that is happening, then I think that is unfortunate, at least based on the accounts of a few people that I've seen make posts saying that it has taken effect now. Yeah, so it's interesting, man. I don't know, and it's wild stuff. I know some people were telling me about some bugs that are still there, and it's funny because I used to think to myself, what, some bugs are okay to have come in, but when I think about each update so far that IK has been doing, it almost feels as though there has been, I don't know if I'd say a game-breaking bug, but has been a substantial bug that has came out from the majority of the updates that have dropped. And, my thought there is, definitely take time just to test that out and, kind of figure that one out before potentially coming in and doing those things. So again, my thought there is really just, like I said, I think every developer tries to do the best they can. I don't think that a developer comes in with the mindset of, hey, we're just going to not fix this bug that's in the update. I just would hope, and I can only believe, that a developer wouldn't do that, right? That when we see a bug or we see something happen, it's completely unintended. And they're doing everything they can to try and fix it as much as they're able to, right, within an appropriate time based on their availability. So again, that's my thought on that. I think, yes, at the end of the day, would we all love for updates to come out and there be no bugs? Of course. I would imagine that a developer would hope the same thing. So that is it for me. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, me sharing some of my thoughts after the update. I would love to know from you. Do you feel the same way? Am I off base here? Do you think differently? Are we aligned? Let me know anything and everything in those comments down below. That is it for me. Until next time, I'll catch you later.